This video has been requested quite a bit, so I thought it'd be fun to look into the history of Hawaii and their extinct species. But 90% of those creatures were bugs and birds, so I only found one extinct species that I thought would be cool. But that's okay, because I've got 4 more extinct animals we can discuss that would go great as fossils. So let's go ahead and discuss which animals you might like to see when digging around the Alola Islands. Every generation of Pokemon has had something in common. They all have Pokemon, but they also all have history and fossils. Except Gen 2, but Gen 2 doesn't count because that would disprove my point. Every generation that isn't Gen 2 has fossils, which means we've had 4 generations in a row with 2 fossil Pokemon in each game. So why don't we go ahead and tune into the Pokemon History channel to guess what possible extinct creatures might pop up here in this generation. Welcome everyone to the top 5 new fossil Pokemon for Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon. Hope you enjoy. Number 5, a Stegosaurus. I'd really love to see a Stegosaurus Pokemon pop up as an addition to the wonderful dinosaur family we've got going on. Also, since people keep asking for fan art or concept art for these ideas, I'll go ahead and put some links in the description of what I think would look good, since I don't want to use any of it without permission. I think that a possible grass rock, or maybe a fire rock Stegosaurus would be a great addition. A grass typing would be fitting, as it emphasizes the Stegosaurus herbivore diet, consisting of leaves, grass, and a gluten-free, hormone-free, deep-fried in sunflower oil piece of tofu. Fire would also be great, as it would ironically portray the fiery rock that struck down the dinosaurs. In all honesty, the real reason I want a Stegosaurus is so we can recreate a Pokemon version of the Land Before Time. We just need a Stegosaurus Pokemon for Spike and we'll be all set. Amura's Littlefoot, Tyrunt's Chomper, we've got Bastiodon for Sarah, I guess Arkin can be Petrie. I don't even know who this pink one is, but you know what? Shiny Cradilly. And I didn't like Ducky, so she doesn't get one. Alright, fine. Scraggy can be Ducky. It's not a fossil, but that's the best I've got. Number 4. The Moho. This was the only extinct Hawaiian animal that I felt would make a good Pokemon. And that's only because its name is spelled like an emoji. I mean, we've got Type Null and Tapu Koko. Let's just get a Pokemon with an emoji for its name. To be fair, the emoji is just the characters they use to spell its name, but by golly does it look like a face. The Moho is a genius of extinct birds who are endemic to the Hawaiian Islands. There are 4 different types, but me pronouncing any of those would sound like a vuvuzela going through a paper shredder. The one thing they all have in common is their glossy black design, which I think would make a great rock dark fossil Pokemon. And you know what? Seeing as there's probably not a single person that's going to drop a Pokemon based on the Moho, let's go ahead and jump into a new segment of our top 5s called Art Doings. Alright, so welcome fellow art doers to Art Doings. Today we'll be doing some art on a rock dark fossil bird Pokemon. Let me just get out my trusty pen and paper here. Okay, we're going to start with the wings and use a dark color to really encapsulate the dark typing and make it more wholesome. Now we'll switch over to the dung brown and draw some rocks on the wings to help its flying capabilities. You want to make perfect little circles just as I am doing right here. Let's get that other wing right now. Perfect. Next up, we'll go back to the midnight black and give this bird a body. There you go. See how that line above the bottom wing draws in perspective. Now to finish this up, we'll need a mouth, some teeth, and let's get out our pencils to shade the top section of this bird. Because the sun is actually on the bottom here. And there we go. The perfect rock dark fossil bird Pokemon. So thanks for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub for more art doings, because next week we'll be doing art by the numbers. Number 3. Little Swan Island Fuchsia. Look at its name. It has island in it. What is the Alola region comprised of? That's right, islands. Little Swan Island Fuchsia Gen 7 rock fossil type confirmed. Alright, just kidding. This little Fuchsia is a brown rodent mammal from the Swan Islands. I think it would make a great standalone rock type, and would love to see that solo typing applied to a rodent Pokemon to see what they do with it. Realistically, I just chose this because it reminded me of a stuffed animal that I used to have, and its name has island in it. But that doesn't mean it isn't fitting. Look at this guy, he could be a fossil Pokemon. He's extinct, he deserves one. You'll be in a Pokemon game eventually, little Swan Island Fuchsia. you or one of your Husha brothers. Number 2, the Sabre-Toothed Tiger. Now, this is definitely a really awesome animal that could be turned into a great Pokemon. I was thinking of a ghost rock type or an ice rock type being very fitting, although we did just have a Mura, and technically a ghost rock type would fit every fossil Pokemon because they're all dead. I would just really love to see a ghost tiger Pokemon, and having the subject be an extinct saber-toothed tiger just seems to fit perfectly. Obviously, you'd have to give the guy Ice Fang and a bunch of cool ice moves to solidify water, but for the most part, having a little cute saber-toothed tiger Pokemon that evolves into a terrifying hunter of the Ice Age would make a great ghost rock fossil Pokemon. Number 1, the Glyptodont. We're going full Ice Age here and having both a saber-toothed tiger and a Glyptodont. Ice Age the movie, not the occurrence in time. The Glyptodont is an extinct animal that has the body of an armadillo and the head of a duck beaver, I guess. Most of what I really know of the Glyptodont are that they are the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, and according to Ice Age the movie, they travel in herds. So I was thinking it'd be a cool Pokemon side story to see herds of these huge creatures in a specific location on the Alola Islands, and you think, whoa, but those are supposed to be extinct. But haha, it's the Aether Foundation reanimating Glyptodont fossils and throwing them back into the world. For typing, I think a water rock wouldn't be half bad, but we have so many of those already, so possibly a steel rock type or a normal rock type. Seriously though, I think the Aether Foundation is gonna have some weird things going on with extinct Pokemon. That's my feeling. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, eat vegetables, and occasionally go to your dentist. That's just good hygiene. Comment down below letting me know which extinct animals you'd like to see in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, keep on catching!